Hi everyone, it's Mary here, and today I'm back with 5 low prep speaking activities for you to use in your lessons. If you are a language teacher and this is your first time here, let me tell you that this is the best place for you to find tips, ideas, recommendations, engaging activities and all things just to make your students super happy. Before looking into the activities, remember that they can be used both in online and face-to-face lessons, and you can adapt them to all levels and all ages. So let me share my screen with you and let's go and see activity number 1. I call it Unconventional Travel Guide. So if you've seen any of my videos before, probably you know that I'm a big fan of taking basic activities and just adding some creative elements to it and making it fun, because I really believe, and I've seen this happening, throughout the years, that students learn much better when they're having fun. So what I do is I show them places that they don't exist, so they are kind of fantasy. So you can just go and Google, fantasy places or these kind of words for you to get this image from Google. And you are just going to show them some of these images and they will be your travel guide. So for example, the first one that I'm showing here, first thing, obviously give them some time for them to think about it, to look into the photo and to ask you questions, because maybe they don't know how to say rocks or stones or fly or, whatever they need to ask you first. And then they are going to talk to you as if they were your guide. So they can say something like, so today we are flying to this new planet. Actually, they are made of 3 different planets. They are flying planets. And it depends on the level of the student. Obviously, you can have like a very advanced photo, let's say, with advanced vocabulary, or if it's a basic student, maybe you can just simplify and show them, for example, this one. So you're going to have cliffs, you're going to have the clouds, also a waterfall, and they will have to guide you through this place and they will have to convince you this is a nice place. So just be creative and let them be creative as well. Great, so activity number 2, I call it the recipe review, and this is super simple. You just have to go and look for photos of food and try to take the level of the student into consideration when choosing the food, because it depends on the type of food, the type of photo. This is going to be more or less advanced. So in my case, for example, I chose a pancake, and you are going to ask the students to tell you the ingredients that are needed for this to be cooked, and also the preparation mode, so how to prepare the food they are showing them. So this sounds super simple because, it's a pancake, people know how to prepare it, but believe me, most of them, they are not going to have enough vocabulary, to describe the whole process, or sometimes they're going to miss an ingredient. So this can get super fun, especially if they are doing this in groups, because they can help each other. So activity number 3, I call it the time travel interview. So for this activity, you're going to look for photos of people that were somehow important in the past. They might have been scientists or politicians, artists, singers, and you are going to show the photos to your students. Try to find people that your students are likely to know, but at the same time, don't make fun of them if they don't, because people, they come from different places, different countries, they've got, different perspectives of things. So yes, just make sure you choose like different people, so there is like a likability of them to know at least one of them. So in this case, I chose Nelson Mandela, Marilyn Monroe, and Einstein. And let's say my students are going to choose Marilyn Monroe. So the first thing you can do is just, try to talk a bit about this person. So who was she? What was she doing? Was she American or maybe Canadian? Let's just look up at the information together if needed. And then they are going to interview you as if you were this person. Okay, so I've got some possible questions here. The idea is that you allow your students time for them to come up with questions. I really love this activity, especially if you are helping them with their pronunciation in questions. And then they will have to ask you the questions. Obviously, you have to pretend that you are this person, and it's going to be fun because you have no idea, about the answer. So you just have to come up with something, make up stories. So some of them examples I've got here are, how did you feel about being a symbol of beauty? Or what was your favorite part of being in the movies? And then I can go like, my favorite part was the attention I was getting. And at the same time, what you can do after you finish this is to do the opposite. So students are going to represent this person and you are going to be the one asking questions. Activity number 4 is object monologue. So this activity is ridiculous, but students love it and it works really well. So let's say that you are teaching online. So you're going to ask your student to look around and find an object, just choose an object. So let's say that they are going to show you a mug. You are going to ask them to touch the mug, to turn the mug upside down, to do whatever with the mug. And then they will have to pretend they are the mug and they will have to describe how they felt being touched. Yes, I know it's ridiculous, but yeah, it's fun. So students are going to say something like, well, I was, just on the table, on the desk, when I saw this lady coming. She was coming my way. Yeah, her hand was about to grab me and I felt, very insecure and I didn't know if she was going to drink, some tea on me. And well, it can go on, right? So you got the idea. So it's super nice and it depends on the object that they grab. It's super funny and you can do the same. So you can do first, just for them to understand the activities, and believe me, they're going to laugh a lot and they're going to learn a lot as well. And the last one for today is the parallel universe. So you're going to ask your students to act as if they were journalists, if they were going to deliver news on a TV show, let's say. So you're going to give them some examples of parallel universes. For example, a life from a dimension where pizza grows on trees, or breaking news from a universe where books talk back to readers. Give them some time to choose one of the situations, give them some time to think about it, to ask you questions about vocabulary, and they will have to come up with something. They will have to come up with news to be delivered on a TV show. So let's say, for example, one of the students is going to say, well, I'm talking from a world where animals are the rulers and the humans are the pets. Today, the big Labrador has just forbidden, the consume of hot dogs in the city. Okay, so this is the type of news that you want them to come up with and help them. And 100% sure it's going to be fun. If they want to suggest, new situations, new universes, just let them do it. And you are going to have a great activity for sure. Well, and that's the end of this video. Don't forget that I do have a playlist with hundreds of speaking activities. They are super engaging, super easy to prepare. So go and watch them right now.